Hello and welcome to the Cheyenne Hills Podcast. Today we'd like to use our time with you to introduce two very special members of the Cheyenne Hills staff family. They're moving into new roles to help grow the Cheyenne Hills Christian School, and we want to let them tell you all about it. Now, here's Pastor Galen Huck, Stephanie Snow, and Sabrina Hillburn.
Well, hello everybody, and I just want you to know I've got two very special ladies here in the studio today, and I kind of grabbed you guys because I know you're going to be gone, Stephanie and Sabrina. I don't know how many times you're going to be around. I had you both in the same time here in the summertime, and so thanks for impromptu jumping into the studio. But Steph, I just want to talk more about the story of the handoff, really from going from children's director to children's director full-time and Christian school full-time, now Christian school full-time. That's quite a transition over the last really 3 years. And then Sabrina Hillburn, you've been come alongside Steph for the last how many years?
Oh, 2 years.
Last 2 years. And so in both of you, I want to hear more about the Christian school. But before we get to that, Steph, what's it like? I mean, you're handing off something. This is your baby for 18 years.
Yeah. That
you've been in charge of the children's. You've done a phenomenal job here at Cheyenne Hills. How's this feel, and how you doing with everything?
You know, I know that it's the right time. Yeah. I mean, I know that I couldn't give my all to children's ministries and to the school. I think COVID helped last year to be able to get through that period. But so, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to put my focus completely towards the school. But you know, it's weird. It's hard because you know, I think just being here for 18 years and putting my heart and soul into the program.
Well, there's no way we can thank you enough. I can thank you enough. You know, as a church planter, one of the things that I know, and I know I've told you this story a bunch of times, but when you're church planting, every time you come to the church, you know, at the school, there's always people, there's gaps, and usually I have to go grab my wife or grab people and put them into the nursery or whatever to fill up gaps. And I can say in the 13 years that I've been here, 13 and a half years, never have had to scramble. You've always taken care of that. And I really appreciate, because I know volunteers, you know, ebb and flow, and the people get sick, and you have the last minute adjustments, and you've always, that into the building I've never had to worry about, and I can't thank you enough for that. And the parents that have entrust their kids to you, I know you're diligent on the curriculum, making sure our kids get get Christ-centered material, Bible-centered material. And so I don't know, just can't thank you enough. Highs and lows. What's some of the highs that when you think of your tenure here, what are some things that feel really good as accomplishments?
Well, I would say the remodel of the children's area. That you know, I think I told you at that time that was a dream come true. I wanted kids and families when they walked into our facility to know like that it just screams kids, that we love kids, we are for kids, and I think that environment says that, and it's been a great ministry tool. Yeah. Not only for children's ministry, but even the school. I think what it speaks to parents is that we value kids, and that's really important to parents.
Let me give just a little context, because there's a lot of new people at Cheyenne Hills Church right now. And this, where you meet in the Uptown, it used to be the sanctuary. Mm-hmm. That was a full basketball court, and it was actually the auditorium, or where we had the preaching on the stage and everything. Well, now since the children have taken charge or taken over, you've put 2 classrooms on the lower level, and there's 2 classrooms up above. All of that decoration, all that kid-friendly stuff, that is all part of this whole remodel once we evacuated that area. I don't know how long that took, but it was a lot of work.
I remember.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I bet you do. You were painting. Every time I saw you, you were painting.
It was about 6 months, and I think myself and 4 other guys were here probably 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for a lot of that time. And that was really special. It was fun. I got to learn new things. The guys taught me some new things with tools, and working alongside them and just their heart. 6 months of work that they gave to. They volunteered their time and their talent, and
that truly was one of the great accomplishments. Kid friendly. I mean, people come in there and it just screams, we value kids, and then the warmth of what you've brought to the kids and the impact of Christ. And you've always been so Christ-centered and making sure the kids understand who Jesus is. And we can't thank you enough, Steph, for what and being diligent with that, because sometimes curriculum that can fade sometimes. And you've always made sure that this is, Christ is the center, the Bible centered, where the stories have the Bible meaning in it. And I so thankful for that.
Thanks.
Another, I think, camps, even we still have the camp with the kids in the summer, the Out of Bounds. That's kind of your brainchild with Diane. But anyway, that partnership has gone really well.
It has gone very well. We used to take a group of kids up to Estes Park. We started and we did the whole programming and all of that, and that was super fun. But it just being able to book that what became problematic just because so many people were interested in that space.
Well, in that age of kids, you've got first graders, I think kindergartners that come to this. Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
But to have a kindergartner go to a camp out of town, that's hard for mom, especially the oldest.
Yeah.
But to be able to have them have this camp experience, and you've brought, with those college kids, and it is a phenomenal camp experience for these kids.
They really, I couldn't ask for a better experience for kids. And I think camp experience is so important for our kids as much as possible as we can give it to them, because it's more than just an hour on a Sunday. It's a week full of really focusing on their relationship with Jesus.
It's amazing. So I don't know when we started talking, but it's been the last hunk of time, and you've said, to hand this off, there's one person you felt pretty good about handing this off, really good about handing this off to, and tell us a little bit about that process for you.
So Tiffany Erickson, she was on staff, and I'm not going to remember the dates, but she oversaw Uptown specifically and did the programming and led Kid Crew, really, really geared that up, the Kid Crew.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
I think it's been a year and a half. She had an opportunity and she left us, and over the last year, I've really been praying. Galen, you've asked me, is there anybody that you know of? And I've racked my brain just here, and she would always pop up in my mind. And probably should have talked to her sooner than later, but I didn't think she would be interested. And
we say they're no for people a lot, don't we? Yeah, we shouldn't have done that with Tiff, but no, to have her back on, and the comfort level that I think we all have as a staff with her and as a church, really, it's just going to be as seamless, as good a smooth a handoff as possible.
It is. It's going to really easy for me to. I already feel this huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and really being able to focus on the school. She knows our culture. She's been here. She knows all of that. And it really was just a morning worth of getting her caught up, and she's off and running.
She's already, she is. She's already on staff, already came to a staff meeting. So Sabrina, you've been a part of this journey for the last few years and helped in so many ways. You're really involved in the school, I think, more than I even realized when I know that you're going to be now really Stephanie's right-hand person in this.
She's my brain.
She's the brain.
She reminds me of what I'm supposed to do.
So that's how you're getting it all done. I see now. It's Sabrina. Okay. Tell us about the school. What does it mean to you and your family? And just, I know you love teaching children.
I absolutely do. First of all, I don't know how Stephanie did it, managing children's ministry and the school. We're over 100 kiddos this school year. thank God.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how she managed that both by herself. So kudos to Stephanie.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
incredible.
Yeah.
But the school, really, it's all about pouring Christ into these children's lives. It's important that they not only hear about Christ at home, but also at school, especially today when there is so much ungodliness being poured into our children, whether it's on TV, social media, music. It is so important to partner with parents and help build a strong Christian foundation with kids.
How many teachers are you going to have this coming year? Do you know yet?
Well, I think yesterday we counted 14, and we still have
4 more.
4 more hires.
4 more.
Is that right?
And we would love to, to hire from our congregation. If anybody, you have to love kids.
For sure.
Really love kids. And so
tell me just a little bit about the vision. What do you see? What could Cheyenne Hills Christian School become? What's in your vision?
I think the sky is the limit. I think both you and I have talked, and we haven't really put a box around it, just letting God lead and, putting one step in front of the other. And our goal is to add a grade every year. That was from the beginning, and we're adding first grade this year. And
that's how I keep track of how many, because it was started with 3-year-olds, then 4s, then 5s, then first grade. And so
we went from 12 kids, I think, to last I looked, we're at 103 kids.
Is that
and
right?
We have some spots to still fill. So.
I'll be darned. That's
last
fantastic.
Year was 86. The year before 67, I believe. So we've grown significantly.
You sure have. And I wish everybody could meet somehow. We need to do this for the church to really be able to see and meet your staff. The staff of teachers they're just phenomenal. They really are. I'm not just making that up. They're just amazing.
And I honestly, we've talked about it as a team, is it really, God has knitted the perfect team together. I've had to do very little, like recruiting, trying to find teachers. It's just almost as if they've just been put on my doorstep. And, we're all women, and it's just, women can be hard on one another, and that's just not what we have experienced. Everybody is so invested in the success of the school and the mission of really the mission is to help kids know Christ better
every day. I remember you saying that.
Day.
It's more than just a weekend. We can do so much on a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If we can have those children every day, and I guarantee you, just to hear the songs, to hear the Christmas program, to hear these kids are just full of life, and you can see Christ in them and the stories they tell, and they go home and sing these songs. I know some of the grandparents of these kids. It's like they can't get over the impact that Cheyenne Hills Christian School is having on their grandkids. And so I've heard a lot of good stories, really cool. All good. And so can't thank you enough, for you to be able to establish your, another role, really 2 roles, 2 salaries, if you will, plus all the teachers and manage all that. This is a step of faith, I know, but it's also, you've really, I think, followed God and something that's become really a very special ministry here at Cheyenne Hills Church that I hope our whole church gets a chance to understand and see. Handing this off to Tiffany, and this is a pretty exciting time. It's I'm sure nerve-wracking and maybe a little bit sad. So final words that you want to say to anybody.
I'm just really thankful for the opportunity. I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined that God would have this for me. Right. And you've been such a great leader, allowing me to explore, to fail, to succeed. And I don't take it for granted. I don't take the responsibility that he's given me for granted. And I'm just really thankful. I love what I do.
You're a great leader, Steph. I mean, I tell people all the time, Stephanie is one of the sneakiest, greatest leaders in here, because you would never know. The teams that always surround you is you always have the best of the best. And so, and this is, Sabrina being here is a great example of that. But you are a great leader, and I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for Cheyenne Hills Church.
I thank you too for allowing me to.
Yeah. God bless you.
Thanks.